Next up, we have Tennessee Tech head coach Dewayne Alexander. The Golden Eagles came up just short at Eastern Illinois this past week, 28-20. They're going to be at Southeast Missouri this Sunday. Coach, just thoughts on the Golden Eagles, and then we'll go to some questions.
Well, first of all, I was going to be unprofessional and jump in on Adam's press conference or his little media thing there talking about Jason Johnson. But if that guy hadn't have been the OVC Defensive Player of the Week, I was going to call the conference office because he is a tremendous football player. He played great on Sunday for them. And the first thing I want to do is compliment Adam Cushing in Eastern Illinois. I really think what he's doing there is right. I said that last in 2019. When we went there to play, we came away with a hard-fought win. But, you can tell as a coach, I've been doing this 33 years, and you can look at other programs and teams, and you can tell people that are doing it the right way and building it the right way, and he is certainly doing that. They have a very talented team. They've recruited well. They have good young talent on that team, and they're getting them to gel together and to play together. They lost a last-second game to TSU, and very, very tough. And it's always a tough place to go play at Eastern Illinois. I coached here at Tennessee Tech back in the late 90s when Coach Spoo was there. And they had Tony Romo, to going up there when I was here with Watson Brown, when they had Jimmy Garoppolo. It's always a tough place to go and play. It's a tough road trip. It's our longest trip of the year, a tough place to play. And I think it's going to continue to be that here in years to come with what they're doing. But they played a very, very good football game. Played very hard and tough. I was proud of our team. Again, kind of a broken record. Our guys continue to fight and compete hard. We have been 4 football games this year. We've been down 14-0. We've been behind early in the game, 14-3, 14-0. We've came back in one of those and won the game the first week against Austin Peay, but we've had the other 3 weeks we've not been able to do that. We fought back and got ourselves in the game or had an opportunity to win the game in the third or fourth quarter. This past week at EIU, we won the fourth quarter 10-0, but we had spotted them too big a lead early in the game. Defensively in the fourth quarter of the game, I think they had 17 plays for 29 yards. We had 2 big fourth down stops in the fourth quarter, gave our offense opportunities, but really the key for us, the Golden Eagles right now, we are making too many mistakes and turning the football over too much. Our guys are playing with great effort. They're playing hard, but we're making too many mistakes as a team to win any football games, especially OVC football games, where every team is outstanding and an excellent opponent. We've had 9 interceptions in our past 3 games. Certainly that's hard to overcome any type of turnovers like that. And many of these interceptions are being returned either for touchdowns or for way deep into our territory, giving the other team a short field. We had 2 opportunities in this game off of turnovers to take, and we kicked 2 field goals instead of getting a touchdown. Out of those opportunities, our defensively, we caused a big sack and hit and fumbled the ball, and we got a field goal out of that drive. And then they mishandled a punt in the wind, called timeout right at the end of the third quarter so we could punt with the wind. As usual at EIU, there's always a big wind coming out of one end zone or the other. And we had the wind, punted with the wind. The returner mishandled the ball, but we weren't able to capitalize on that drive other than getting a field goal out of that. But right now, offensive line wise, we've been patchwork. Really, that's been our issue here the last couple of weeks, is we're having to play a lot of different combinations there. We've had quite a few guys out, and some guys back in the lineup and guys out. So trying to get some continuity offensive line wise. Hopefully, we'll be able to do that this week, but we will respond. We'll keep playing. And like I told our guys after the game in our team meeting, I said, hey, Simo's sitting over there, Coach Tuke and those guys, they're not going to feel sorry for you at all. They're going to fight and claw and try to win a football game. So you got to put that one behind you. We got to learn from it, keep digging, keep clawing. We feel like we have a good team, and we do. We have a good football team. We have just got to play better and a little more attention to detail in certain spots so we can get the scoreboard to come back to be on the side that we wanted to be on.
You mentioned the interceptions, but I was curious on your thoughts on how Bailey Fisher played after coming back from missing a couple games for you.
Well, I thought he played well. Now, he was obviously not even Bailey's admission, there's some plays where he normally would pull that football down and run and scramble. He was hesitant to do that a few times, or a few times he threw a football where in normal circumstances, he would have pulled the football down and and made some plays with his legs. We know that's what Bailey's about. Anybody that's seen Bailey play knows that, he is excellent at all the off-schedule plays. When the protection breaks down a little bit, and I think he was a little hesitant to run. We were hesitant to call some of the normal quarterback run stuff or quarterback draw stuff that we call, at times with him and with Willie Miller at quarterback. I think, so he was limited a little bit. Willie was actually, who played well, made some mistakes, but played extremely well against Murray State, was very banged up and beat up and was very limited in practice Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of last week. So he had not practiced a lot going into this game. So, but Bailey competed hard. He played tough. He made a lot of, excellent plays. He made a few mistakes, but even some of those mistakes detail wise, protection factors into it, the depth of the route by the wide receiver, some of those detail things. There were some other things as part of some of those interceptions. It's not just all on the quarterback, but certainly regardless of what they are, you can't have them. You can't have them. You can't have some of the mistakes that we've had, the turnovers that we've had. Either you're making excuses or you're making progress. That's the way I look at it. So we don't make excuses around here. We don't make excuses for anything. We look at it, we evaluate it, let's fix it. Okay, whatever the details are, let's get it corrected and let's get it fixed. But you can't turn the football over. We've had 12 turnovers in the last 3 games. The Austin P game, we didn't turn the football over a single time. They had 4 turnovers. We won the game. Very similar games to what we played the last 3 weeks as far as what's happened with our opponent. We've been on the other side of the turnover thing, and you have to be an awfully good football team to overcome the turnovers that we've had, and we've just not been able to do it.
Well, your next opponent, talking about SEMO, they're a team that likes to force a lot of turnovers, and they've been good at that for a while. Then obviously that's a key to the game. Whoever's going to produce the most turnovers may win that matchup. The games you played against SEMO before, tough and physical, is that how you would describe it? What do you see when you play SEMO?
Well, that's the MO when you play, SEMO. They're going to be hard nosed. They're going to be physical. They're always going to have physical offensive and defensive lines. They want to run the football. They play a defensive style to try to make you not be able to run the football. They try to force you to throw the football. They always have excellent defensive backs that can play, some man coverage. They're going to be physical at the line of scrimmage, on both sides. And it's no different, with this particular SEMO team. That's what you're going to face anytime you go in there to play. And we're going to have to be ready to, ready to go and do that. I think, for us, the key is getting some offensive linemen, healthy. And we really went into this past game, very thin. Our 2 starting offensive tackles that had started against Murray State did not even make the trip or even play in this game at all. So we had to shuffle guys around on the offensive line this past week. And we do have some guys I think are getting healthier. So I think that's the key, key for us is to get some continuity in the offensive line. And you're going to have to go in there and be physical and play hard nosed and tough. And we know that the last game that we went there in 2019 was a double overtime game and very physical game, exciting game. And they won the game in overtime, and we know it's going to be they want to win. Proud program. Coach Tuke has done a great job building that program there. They've had tremendous seasons the past 2 seasons, and I know, just like us, I think they had higher expectations and goals for their for their record whenever the season started. But I told our guys, and he's going to tell his guys the same thing. You are what your record is. You got to take ownership of it. They're playing hard and playing tough. They're just making, a few too many mistakes to win football games right now, and we're in the same boat. We cut the penalties. They only had 4 penalties in the game. We did some better things. We just got to take care of the football better when you go on the road to play.
What do you a little bit about SEMO's quarterback? And he's had some good games this year. He did get sacked 4 times this past week, so that seemed to be the key for Jacksonville State. But just thoughts on Andrew Bunch.
Well, Andrew Bunch is somebody that I know quite well. He played at Independence High School here in Middle Tennessee area, and I certainly remember Andrew in high school. We've had several guys on our team that are from Independence High School. Coach Blade does a tremendous job there. He always offensively produces very good quarterbacks and guys that have gone on to play in college. And Andrew, is no different. So he's somebody that I'm very familiar with. He's a good football player, a good competitor. And has got, again, makes a lot of the throws. He throws all their stuff in their offense, very, very, very well. He directs the game very well. He's a good football player. And, like I said, knew Andrew well from high school. We had Bailey Fisher and, Willie Miller. We had young quarterbacks and still do. They still have years of eligibility left. So we weren't in a position to take one, but he's certainly somebody that we would have recruited very hard if we were in a position to take a quarterback. But I really impressed with him. I was impressed with him as a high school player, and I'm very impressed with him now. And he will, again, I think offensive, you've seen really across the league, there's been a lot of turnovers. There've been a lot of, some defensive battles, at times in games. Nobody, consistently, you're not seeing people put up the tons of yardage and points that maybe you've seen in this league in the past. And I think a lot of that is, offenses are usually, there's so many details and timing and intricate things that go into being good on offense, detail things that, I think teams are just a little behind offensively, and you're going to see them starting to catch up. You're already seeing that. You saw that this past week. And, I know Andrew Bunch is a competitor. I know Coach Tuke is a competitor. I know he's proud. I know we are, same way here. We worked hard to get our program in a position to be competitive, and we are. We got to get the scoreboard, in our favor. And so I look for both teams to come out on Sunday and it to be a hard fought, tooth and nail battle is what I expect over at Cape Girardeau.
Well, Coach, appreciate your time this morning. Best of luck on Sunday, and we'll talk to you next week.
Thank you.